So this module is about storytelling. Animation kind of is storytelling. You can't really have an action without a reason for that action, and that reason is the story. So before every creative choice you make, you want to be asking, what's going to be the best thing for my story? What's going to engage my audience and keep them interested right till the end? Often stories that draw on real experiences do this. Honest storytelling has heart, and audiences can relate to this. A nice way to think about this is to think of the story as the anatomy. So let's explore the anatomy of a story. The heart of a story is the main character, the hero. The big word for this is protagonist, which comes from a Greek word proto, which means the most important thing. This character, the hero, is the one your audience must care about the most. So give them reasons to care. Maybe your character does something really kind or selfless at the beginning of your story. Or maybe they've been subject to some kind of injustice because they have some sort of a flaw. A good example of this is the protagonist in Kumba. He's a little zebra who's missing half his stripes. He gets mocked by the other zebras, and the story is about him earning his stripes. Next up is the skeleton. This is the place where the story happens, the world of the story. It could be the jungle, or the ocean, or the desert. Often, the world of a story has its own set of rules, like animals can walk and talk, or time travel is possible. You need to think about those things and make some decisions about how your world is going to work. The muscles and the nervous system represent what the character wants. The character's want is where the life of the story is, because that drives all the action. Often the very simplest wants work best. To find something. Maybe it's a family member, or a friend, or treasure, or even honor that's been lost. Or to fix something that's gone wrong, or a mistake that needs to be fixed. Another good example is to do something or to achieve something. The character wants to win an award or a medal. These are the things that drive our character and drive the action of our story. That's why I've made them the muscles and the nervous system, because that's where the life in the body is. And then finally we have the flesh, which is what covers all of this up. And the flesh represents obstacles or the challenges that the character must face. This could take the form of another character, which would be the villain in the story, who's opposing the hero. Or the challenges could be in the environment, like a river to cross or a mountain to climb. Sometimes the obstacle is within the character, something that they have to figure out inside themselves. And sometimes it's all three of those things. But without obstacles, our character doesn't really have anything to do. They can have a want. They need problems to overcome before we have a story. Let's talk a bit about story structure. Often the best stories are really simple, and they divide into three parts. There's the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning is often called the setup. This is where we meet the character and we find out what it is that they want. In the middle, we explore the obstacles. What's preventing them from getting what they want? They usually go through something here where they learn something and change. This leads us to the end, where they overcome something. And if this is a little bit unexpected, it's very satisfying. I really enjoy storytelling, and I love seeing how audiences respond to the stories that I've told. Part of this course, you're going to tell your own story. So begin thinking about a simple idea that can work in around 2 minutes. And I'd advise you go for something funny, because it's difficult to do something very dramatic in such a short time. Watch this animated short and do the story quiz to test your story skills. Good luck.